Today on Suncoast View, the Suncoast is still sad about Snooty the manatee, but many are mad and demanding changes at South Florida Museum. We'll discuss.
And one of the best parts of going back to school are the new clothes. Today we have a fashion show of top trends for this school season.
And a Suncoast singing star is home from college and celebrating a big birthday with a concert. We'll talk to her and hear her sing. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome back to good friends Rebecca Hopkins and Candace McCallion. Rebecca, great to see you here with us.
What a better way to spend Monday than with you guys. Right.
You know, if it has to be a Monday, we might as well make it a fun Monday. Yeah. It's not just a Monday for Candace. It is the Monday and the first day back from vacation on a Caribbean island.
Yeah.
So you're really hurting. I'm sorry.
I had to just get right into it because otherwise,
do you miss your husband?
Yes,
Do you miss your hubby today?
I do. It was like, you know, a week of togetherness and sunsets and smooching and coconut drinks.
Oh my!
I mean, we took the kids. We did.
Yeah, but they go to bed, right?
They do. They go to bed, and the good thing about it, they're at the age now, 11 and 9, where we actually realized that we could have some moments by ourselves. Like, they actually made friends at the pool, and
great.
we were actually able to be at the beach by ourselves and enjoying little moments of bliss.
You see the lights.
You see the
You
lights.
see
Yes.
the lights.
That's such a good thing because in those moments, sometimes couples realize they didn't like each other very much. So you've got bliss. You're really
We have
lucky.
bliss.
That
We have
is
bliss.
good.
Yeah.
And you know, you realize, and this is what I realize with older teenagers too, is that, you know, the time is right around the corner when they go and then you are with each other all
Yes.
the time. So you have to know that it's going to be okay when that happens.
Yes, absolutely. And we were glad for it. So we were like, oh, you're back? Like, it was a lot of fun. But today it's like, feel like I'm going to be run over by a train.
Yeah.
So much to do.
We'll take a break and laugh for an hour, if nothing else.
Perfect.
And Rebecca's got one foot out the door for her vacation.
I know.
So.
You're going
I'm
Friday?
gone on Friday, so I'm on the trail to the end, and
You know,
it's going to
where are
be
you
pretty
going?
hectic. London and Europe and the Mediterranean. So
Sounds phenomenal.
very
Linda, I don't know about you, but I'm hanging out here.
Oh, I'll be here.
All right, Linda and I will be here with each other while the
I'm
rest
going
of
to
you.
St. Pete this weekend. That's a big trip. for me.
Absolutely. I'm going back to school this week. So, all right, we're going to say who's in the kitchen today. We welcome back Mike Yoder from Oak and Stone. Not on vacation. We're happy to see you.
Nice to be here. How
Good.
you doing?
What did you bring us today?
I'll be preparing everything seasoned profiteroles that I'll turn into smoked salmon sliders.
Ooh, say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with one.
Smoked salmon sliders. That sounds absolutely wonderful. We look forward to that. So, Rebecca, before vacation, you've got to work all week, of course. So tell us about the Blue-Eyed Betties coming back to FST.
yeah, no, they opened 2 weeks ago. They're back. The Blue-Eyed Betties are a group that actually formed with one of our shows, Poems, Prayers, and Promises. These 3 guys met when they were cast in our show. And they're so talented, and they came together, and they formed their own band. They're now recording their 3rd album.
Oh.
Yeah, they have toured all over the United States, been at Lincoln Center. They say they've done everything from nursing homes to Lincoln Center. And the harmonies are incredible. These 3 are just fantastic, and so if you want to hear some really, really talented musicians, they're only here another 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, and they're almost sold out, so you really want to go check these guys out. They are something else.
Okay, and of course, ticket information is at the Florida Studio Theater website, so something you won't want to miss. It is time for our first hot topic, and the Suncoast continues to mourn the passing of Snooty the manatee. But some are not mourning quietly. Animal rights protesters are taking aim at the South Florida Museum where Snooty lived. They are calling for a change in staff and want someone held responsible for what they call his negligent death. An investigation found that Snooty drowned when he became stuck in a small tunnel after an access panel was found unbolted. What do you think about the protesting?
Ooh, we came back and I saw this in the news, and I thought, I mean, that poor employee, whoever was responsible, has got to feel so bad. And I mean, people make mistakes. I would say you would definitely want to look and see what the past history of that employee was. I mean, is it a stellar employee who really just made an honest mistake, or is it someone who has a history of maybe
You know, the whole
doing
thing
things?
is that they are investigating it. And I
Right.
do think you have to let them go through that process, because was it an employee? Was it a procedure? obviously something went wrong, and it is devastating that, you know, we all expected him to die of old age.
Yeah.
Right,
How
right.
could this
Not
happen?
an accident.
And they do need to get to the bottom of it. And if there was true negligence, yes, then actions are going to have to be taken. Anybody who runs any type of organization knows that ultimately you have to hold people accountable.
But negligence or accident, how do you figure it out? I mean, if something happens in my home, do the neighbors demand that I be charged?
And
I
these
mean,
people loved Snooty.
Of course
They
they
loved
do. Love
Snooty.
Snooty.
Totally. Their life was Snooty.
Yeah.
The trainers and the people
That's
that worked with
right.
him. That's all their life was taking care of this animal, and they loved him.
and it has to hurt them to see this.
yes,
and
'cause
that's
they're
kind of where
grieving.
I'm a little
Yes.
bodded by it. I
They're
mean, I don't think
suffering.
we think they're not looking into it. They didn't
Exactly.
just say, oh yeah, whoops, he drowned.
Exactly.
I mean, they're
Thing.
looking into it.
They
Yeah.
are so looking into it, and you have to let them finish that process.
Right.
But you know what? You're so upset about it. You just want to do something. You know, I can say it just hurts you so much. Okay, I want to do something.
Placing blame, I don't think is
But
the answer.
and saying the staff should be fired because we don't know who did it. I mean,
Right.
that's not right.
No.
So,
Right.
And I'm sure that person feels so horrible
Yes.
about the situation, that person or people who were involved.
Manager in charge of it or
Right.
whatever. No,
Yeah.
obviously everybody's
Or
mourning,
and
so-
accidents do happen. Mechanical things
Exactly.
slip.
Exactly.
They fall, and you
Yeah.
can't help that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they have really been so open and honest about the investigation and what's happened from the very first second that it happened. So really props to the organization.
No, I agree with that. There
I
has
think
been a lot of openness.
They're doing everything they can.
They
It is
are.
a
Yeah.
horrible accident,
And
we
regardless-
just need to find what happened.
People are still sad for sure. So watch out, because FDOT is looking into slower speed limits on some of our area roads. Roads that we already drive about 45 miles per hour on. It's called the Complete Streets Initiative. FDOT wants to make the roads safer for bikers and walkers, especially in urban areas. New speed limits could go as low as 25 miles per hour. Studies show only 1 out of 10 pedestrians survives if hit by a car going 40, but that number jumps to 9 out of 10 surviving at 20 miles per hour. To me, Fruitville Road comes to mind with all the bikers, but can you imagine? 25 all the way from the interstate into town, but there's pedestrians everywhere. It's a
Right.
45 mile per hour road. Those are the kind of roads the state is looking at.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know,
you just
but-
have to be careful crossing those roads.
Right.
301 and Fruitville. I see people just
it's
run out in
crazy.
front, just
I
stand
agree.
in the middle of
Where's
the
your
lane.
personal responsibility?
Correct.
I'm like,
Yes.
you're not supposed to cross those roads until you get to a crosswalk.
Yeah.
But, you know, in Sarasota, people are rarely driving the speed limit anyway. I have an assistant who told me that she drives always 5 under the speed limit. So they changed that. You get behind her, you're never getting there.
I thought you could go 5 miles over this.
Right. That's what I do, exactly.
I
going the
never
other
let
way.
her drive to lunch.
Well, be warned, it's being looked at. So U.S. airports are also doing something to keep passengers safe and alive. The American Heart Association is placing hands-only CPR training kiosks in more airports across the country now, and that's going to include Orlando. They feature instructional videos, a rubber torso for practice, and a 30-second test. It allows travelers to learn how to save lives in a place where it could be needed and when they have some downtime. All right, honesty, ladies, would you stop and look at this or
Oh.
learn this in an airport?
How are you going to save a life on an airplane?
I can
There's not
barely make it
room
to my
even
plane
ta-
on time.
Yeah, you have to get that person down.
Yeah, there's no way
It's a
I'm stopping.
distraction. They're just doing a distraction so we won't think about those little seats, the overcrowding, the late flights.
Right. You're
I
right.
have to say that the last place I'm feeling very giving to other human beings is when I'm
Correct.
stuck in an airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might use a real person to do that.
I mean, maybe
they
if
think
you're
it's a-
delayed or
Yeah.
something and you have nothing to do, you've
would you-
read every magazine.
Would you get down on your knees and start pumping a rubber doll? I mean, in front of all those
Very
people?
bizarre.
To me, this whole thing is bizarre.
Work out your aggression.
It's been in 3 airports already across the country, and they're claiming that it was so well received and used that that's why it is spread. So if you fly out of Orlando, you may see this. I thought it was strange myself.
Very strange.
Now, if you go to the hospital, you may notice your doctor seems sleepy. First-year medical students can now work longer shifts that last up to 28 hours without a break. So 6 years ago, a rule change actually limited these shifts to 16 hours. But just as of July, that rule changed back. The council in charge says shorter shifts did not improve patient outcomes and prevented residents from learning as much as they could and not following cases from beginning to end. Doctors say patients have said they want consistency in their care.
I would rather have an awake surgeon than consistency in my
Why
care.
don't we ask the doctors
insane.
what's best?
Right.
Are you better if you work 16 or 28 hours? Some would be, some wouldn't. But they could say at the end, it would have been better if I had had to do this.
Do they get a nap break in between? I mean, how can you be awake for 28 hours and then be asked to be mentally...
It defies logic, but you
Right.
don't know what that is. I mean, I watch TV. They seem to go sleep and get woken up or something.
Right.
And maybe that's built into this because otherwise it doesn't make any sense.
It does.
Yes.
I don't know. You know what? I do things like that when I work at HSN because it is a 24-hour channel, but I'm not performing surgery.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I can barely get a sentence put together, sometimes coming out of a nap. So
Which doesn't bode good things for a surgeon.
Right, that's what I'm
And
thinking.
when
I
you go
wouldn't
into
want.
the emergency room, should you be asking, how long have you been awake?
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah, well,
surgeons, pilots, I want those people awake.
Yes.
No, I agree. Well, no guarantee on that. So most Americans are not happy, despite how much fun we have every day. A new Harris poll found only that 1 in 3 Americans says they are happy. So we report that we are happier this year than last year. However, who is the happiest? Two very different groups. Men and women in high-income households, probably no surprise there, and those with a high school diploma or less report that they are happiest. 71% of Americans say spiritual beliefs were a positive guiding force in their life. Interesting to me. And the only thing I can figure is maybe if you've lived a simpler life, you have less stress and less expectation. I think that's a great way of looking at it.
You know, when I went to Ireland with my daughter-in-law, I looked at her as we left and I said, okay, if we are happy, this is up to us. If we're going to have a good time, it's all in our hands. So there's so many ways. If you feel bad here, walk on the beach.
That's right.
I mean, there's so many good things to do to bring your spirits up.
Yeah,
I do think it's
I
very
agree
much
with
a
that.
personal responsibility.
It
Yes.
really
It's a choice.
is
You
a lot of
choose.
it, and I think we put so much stress on ourselves
I
and
agree.
expectation of we have to do more, we have to do this, instead of saying, you know, we have to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And when you take care of yourself, you're a happier person, and you get that so thin, and so that makes sense that people who are, you know, driving all the time aren't enjoying any of it.
Now, what about the higher income level part, though, that group did report the happiness? I mean, is there a little bit of truth there that you
Oh,
can
I
buy
think
it?
there
That
is.
surprises me too, because most of those people are usually very type A and working all the time and constantly checking emails and constantly checking texts. But I guess it also allows you to do more
They've
things.
studied
you
this again and again, that there's a certain point that you stop getting happier, but when
Right.
you're not having to worry about
Right.
making ends meet,
Yeah.
Right.
that's like
That would
the
make me
number
happy.
one stress.
Yeah. Right.
And so that when that gets pulled off, I think there is this element that goes away that
For
makes
sure.
people happier. And you have the opportunity to do things.
That's why we have plays and things.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling bored, if you're feeling down, you go see something inspirational, you get out of your own head and go
Yes.
into another person's life, and then you're enjoying it more.
Well, I think that's why people on the Suncoast in general seem and are very happy is because we do have a higher income area for the most part,
Yeah.
and there are people who have retired and are enjoying time and have the resources to do so.
And you can be outdoors so much. You
Right.
can go walk on the beach. You can go take a walk anywhere on a path.
I have to say those retirees also are constantly giving the rest of us that lesson, because I see them out there and I go, okay, I want to do that.
Right. And it makes me work harder so that I can have that life.
I'm going to take tomorrow off and go to the beach. That sounds like fun.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of the beach, it is hot, it is humid, and girls, anybody with any kind of, shall we say, under brassiere sweat knows that it can be very uncomfortable, right? So,
Interesting term.
yes, I'm trying to be polite here. Okay, let's lay it on the line. The girls get sweaty, but there's a solution for this. It is called the Tata towel. It is a custom-made, elastic, and adjustable towel that absorbs sweat from your chest, especially those with larger breasts. So it's described as perfect for post-shower, when you might be drying your hair and then suddenly you get all wet and sweaty again, or if you're just
I hate
hanging.
that.
See?
I do hate that.
If you're hanging out watching TV and you wanted to do it braless, but you get that sweat factor going, so they created a product for it.
Okay.
It is also soft and useful for breastfeeding moms, which I did like that theory.
That seems
but
good.
you know, I've been cleaning out my closet and my downstairs. I've got too much stuff.
Right.
And there's another thing that you don't really need unless you're a nursing mother.
You might need it. I mean, what if you
nursing
just kept
mother
it in your bathroom and used it when you dried your hair?
Yeah.
Or why not just wear your robe and dry your hair?
Well, then it's
Yeah,
hot.
or just put on a bra. I mean, why can't you just put on a bra? Like,
I have to say, this is something I never suffered with, so, you know.
I just recognize all creative inventions when we see them. We shall not analyze any deeper. We are, however, going to analyze our happy hour forecast, and when we come back, a Suncoast star returns home, and she's going to sing for us. Stay with us.
Yay.
Well, a beautiful look right there over Sarasota Bay toward the Ringling Bridge. From the Van Wezel webcam, you can see clear skies for the most part near the coast. There are some storms around. We'll show you those in just a minute. Heat index at 102 right now with the temperature 91. Dew point way up there at 75. Winds out of the southwest at 11. The pressure 30.01 inches. Temperature statewide 87 in Jacksonville. Cooler 79 in Key West as some rain has moved through there. And you can see Punta Gorda has cooled down as a result of some storms moving in. The Gulf water temperature 90 degrees. And there are those showers I mentioned, a few scattered showers. Southeast wind flow. We'll start to see more and more action, I think, developing along the coastline here in the next hour or so. You can see a few showers near Port Charlotte, entering in toward Port Charlotte and Northport. That activity moving to the northwest. Nothing going on in Sarasota Lakewood Ranch right now, but there is a sea breeze that has set up right there. And it looks as though we will see the possibility of some showers along the coastline. Well, more in the tropics, too. We have Franklin out there. Details on that coming up at 5. See you then.
Sometimes we have the pleasure of watching young talent grow and blossom over the years, and that is the case with the Suncoast native and very talented singer Maria Wearies. She grew up in Bradenton. She attended the Manatee School for Performing Arts, and she is now majoring in musical theater at Penn State. But her talents are now known internationally, and we're so thrilled to have you back with us, Maria.
Glad to be back.
Wow, are you looking good?
Thank
I've
you.
known this girl since she was a little kid, and you are amazing. Now, you went to school in Bradenton.
I did. Yeah, I grew up in Bradenton and spent a lot of time in Sarasota with my performances, so I feel like this is kind of my stomping grounds. Every time I come home, it feels good to be in the sun again.
When did you find out you could sing?
Well, I was very, very young, and my mom and my aunt would play on this xylophone, and I would match the pitches along with them, and they taught me nursery rhymes, and I've just been singing since I was about 4. It just has always been my thing.
So you were performing here. Now you're in college.
Yes.
A senior?
I can't believe it.
I
It's
can't
gone
believe
so
it
fast.
either. And you just got back from Germany?
Yes, I spent a month in Bavaria with the Music Theater Bavaria program, which is this month-long intensive where you just do musical theater and opera just every single day.
Wow.
And we took trips and got to see different parts of Austria and Germany, and it was just stunning.
Oh, and what, you are hanging in the middle of
I
the air
went
there.
zip lining on
Oh,
one
good
of
for
our
you.
on one of our excursions.
Oh,
Figured
now,
I would-
you also went to where? Sound of Music
We
occurred?
did. We went to a lot of people went. And I got to take my picture as Maria. I figured that made
That a lot
the
of
most sense.
Did you sing?
I did, of course, and the hills were definitely alive. The sound of people singing, cowbells. It just was beautiful.
Well, with a name like Maria, you must have been watching that all your life. Were you disappointed when you saw the real place?
I wasn't. No, I thought it was just beautiful. It's everything that I imagined forever.
Oh my goodness. So you are a senior in college.
I am.
So what comes next?
Oh goodness. Well, my plan is to move to New York, which is, you know, every musical theater major's dream,
Right.
to move into the city and start auditioning and see what happens. That's the goal.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
Well, you're certainly ready. We have watched you prepare all of these years for this.
Yeah.
And okay, Stephanie went to Penn State. So
Yes.
Stephanie said, do not forget to talk about Penn State.
Well, so how does it work? I mean, do you network to find out things? Do you have to take everything on blind luck?
Yeah, well, I did this workshop in New York for the revival of Once on This Island that's coming up in New York, and I was able to get my equity card from that. And so it's helpful to be a part of the union and to get the notifications when auditions are coming.
And be taken more seriously at that level right from the start.
Right, which is very exciting. And we have a thing called Showcase every year, every senior year, and so we go to New York and meet with casting agents and directors and get introduced to the city and kind of a little coming out party.
Well, this is your world, Rebecca.
It is my world. You're likely to see her back here in Sarasota because we cast all our shows out of New York. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, have you got any advice for her?
You know, my best advice for you is just keep at it, because if you got to go to as many auditions as possible, because they really mean it when they say it's not about you. You see so many people that it's looking for that right click for that right role with these other 10 people. Right. All these elements have to come together. So don't get frustrated. You have such talent. So you'll make it.
And things you can't control, right? They might have been looking for somebody taller. They might have
blonde hair.
You have no idea what's going on that caused that mix of people to come together, because it's not casting one role, it's casting a cast.
Right. No, that is good advice. Tell us about how you feel your training has prepared you as we wrap up here.
Well, I feel like it's made me a better person. It's made me more excited to go out and try things, and it's just been an exciting ride. So
I want to go with you.
She'll be your publicist.
And you can see her before she goes. She is going to be at the Glen Ridge on August 12th and 13th for a birthday show. So you can see this girl on her way, and you're going to hear her in just a minute. We'll be back with a preview of her show.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC 7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC 7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
We're back with superstar Suncoast resident Maria Wearies. She's here to give us a preview of her upcoming 20th birthday concert. Take it away, Maria.
Tips of my fingers, I've got a boiling in the back of my brain. I've got a hunger burning inside me, cannot be denied. I've got a feeling that the Father who made us when he was kindling the pulse in my veins. He left a tiny spark of that fire smoldering inside. The spark of creation flickering within me. The spark of creation is blazing in my blood. A bit of the fire that lit up the stars and breathed life into the mud. The first inspiration, the spark of creation. I see a mountain and I've got to climb it. I see a river and I want to leave shore. Where there is nothing, let there be something, something made by me. There's things waiting for me to invent them. There's things waiting for me to explore. I am an echo of the eternal cry of let there be the spark of creation. Burning bright within me, the spark of creation won't let me rest at all until I discover or build or uncover something I can call my celebration of the spark of creation. The spark of creation, make it burn forever. The spark of creation, I am the keeper of the flame. We think all we want is a lifetime of leisure, each perfect day the same, endless vacation. Well, that's alright if you're some kind of crustacean, but if you're born with an imagination, sooner or later you're feeling the fire grow hotter and higher. The spark of
I'm so proud of you. Now tell us about your upcoming show.
Right. Well, my birthday's coming up, and I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate it than have a concert. And so Alan and I are going to be at the Glenridge Theater. Yeah.
So what else are we going to hear at
We're going to be hearing some more Broadway, some jazz, some standards. I'm actually premiering a song that I wrote.
Oh, she writes too.
Fun. Yeah.
And tell us about your piano player, because he's much more than just an accompanist.
He is. Alan has been my voice teacher since I was 10 years old. He's one of my
you
dearest
did good.
friends. Yeah.
Done a good job.
We're always excited to work together.
So he'll be with you at the Glenridge?
He'll be there.
Oh, wonderful. What a concert this is going to be. And it's at the Glenridge on the 12th and the 13th.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Maria.
Thank you.
And you just got to get there and see her. What an awesome voice. The star of the world is coming up. Thank you. Would you sing us to break?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll be back with the fashion show for Back to School.
All right.
I ain't got time for dancing. That's just gonna have to wait a while. Ain't got time for messing around. You know that's not my style. This old town can slow you down, people taking the easy way. But I know exactly where I'm going, getting closer and closer every day, and I'm on.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089, 800-329-3089.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. And now, for a limited time, get a $20 credit on any new line of service. Call 1-800-468-1930. Go to consumercellular.com or visit a Target store today.
Until recently, getting older meant losing your energy, memory, sex drive, even gaining weight, but it doesn't have to.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jenny Wilkins, owner of Age Vital Pharmacy Research and Wellness. Reversing or slowing the effects of aging can be as simple as supplementing vitamins, minerals, and hormones that your body needs in order to look and feel young again. At Age Vital, we do this without taking harmful prescription drugs that often have a longer list of side effects than benefits. Growing older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Age well, Age Vital.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Mike from Oak and Stone in the kitchen. And Mike, you used some very complicated word to describe what we were doing today, and I kind of ignored it because I didn't know what you were talking about. Can you re-explain this concept to us?
Yes. So it's pâte à choux. Pâte à choux is a classic French dough that's prepared warm, and when baked at a high temperature, the egg will souffle and create a puff that can be filled with cream from the bottom, so they can be sweet, or they could be used in savory application like I'm making today.
And what's a profiterole, real quick?
Profiterole is after the pâte à choux has been cooked. This is the profiterole.
Oh,
the pâte à choux is the dough, the profiterole is the end product.
Well, we are very, very educated now. All right, we'll see you in just a little bit. Well, ask most any girl, and they will tell you the best part of going back to school is picking out the outfit for that first day and shopping for the new styles. But looks change every season, so we want to make sure we are on trend for this year. So Jessica Adair from Beloved Boutique in Bradenton is here with back-to-school styles. Welcome.
Thank you.
Great to have you back.
Yes, thank you.
So Florida is hard because you see the fall fabrics and the fall colors, but it's 100 degrees here. So how do we work it into a new look but still being able to survive?
That is one of the hardest things because we go to market and we see all these beautiful knit sweaters, but we can't wear them here until maybe that one day in January. So we find prints really in the fall that can last us through the winter, and you'll see some of the styles we have today. They meet that color that we need for the fall, but the fabric is less because it's hot here. So.
And kind of what you're wearing is a perfect example. It's kind of a fall color and long sleeved, but yet it looks very lightweight.
Yeah, and it's a romper, so I've got the shorts and I'm still comfortable, but getting that olive color for the fall.
You look
polished. Yeah, no, you do look polished. That's a great way to do it. If you had to pick a couple of words to describe the overall trends that we're seeing this fall, what should we be looking for?
So florals and burgundy, we are seeing a ton of burgundy, so you'll see one of our models wearing one of our favorite maxis we have in the store. This is my favorite, the Sheer Genius. Okay, so sheer anything is super fun, but you know, for high school we can't wear tank tops and things, so you can wear something like this over it and get that really funky, edgy look. Really graphic tees. These are political. I don't really go on that side when I carry them in my store, but we have tons of graphic tees, so that's always a big trend. And then lastly, the fringe on shirts, fringe necklaces, tassels, pants, anything. It's just everywhere. And then distressing and even patchwork, tons of distressing. The bigger the holes, the better. Just depends, make sure they're not showing too much skin. So.
Okay, two quick questions. Are we ever too old to wear distressed jeans, or are we ever too old to wear words on our shirts?
No, I have women, my average shopper is probably 45 years old actually. We have t-shirts, they sell like crazy, they have fun summer sayings. And then for distressing, no, you just don't want it up there on your high thigh. You're gonna wear it on your knee or below. So.
Okay, just checking. Yeah. Sometimes I see these cute little things that I don't want to be that mom that's, you know, trying to look cool and when she's really old.
Yeah. My daughter will say, you're way too old.
Yeah, she's not even a teenager yet, you just wait. All right, well, it's one thing to see the magazine trends, but we want to see them in person. So you brought us some models.
I
Let's
did.
take a look at some of the looks.
I did. So Mackenzie is wearing 2 looks here. So we've got the graphic tee, the resting beach face, perfect for us here by the water. But then also the sheer. So this is a sheer midi dress. You can wear this over anything, and it just adds that little edge there to the outfit. I love that. So
yeah,
it's really fun.
And it's a way to wear sheer that you can get away with places that may have a little dress code action going.
You could also do this with shorts, and it still looks great underneath.
So that's separate. The sheer thing is separate from the t-shirt underneath.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's really cute.
So,
all right, very cute. Okay, so there's our trend for graphics.
So this is my boho look. It's just super easy, beachy. If you were going off to college, you know, this is one of those looks. We've got the palm prints, kind of that olive color for fall.
Right.
But you've got the boho, the bell sleeves, which are really popular. And I just love this. You have a little bit of distressing in the shorts as well, so you kind of get 2 looks in one.
That's
really
cute.
fun. Yeah.
Okay, now I don't know if the moms can get away with the midriff like
No,
that. But
probably not.
I wish I could, because that's an amazing look.
College kids in high school.
Yeah.
You could probably wear a tank top underneath.
You could.
Maybe,
You could wear a tank top. Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
that's a good idea. All right, thank you. We love it.
So Hannah is wearing, actually these are my favorite pair of shorts. They're high-waisted. We have a crop top in the store that goes with it, but we paired it with this for school. Obviously you can't wear a crop top when you're in high school.
Right.
This is just a look that's classic. You know, most girls, there's trends that are too short and things like that, but you could wear this in high school. It's still super cute. You have the florals. And the necklace here, wood jewelry is really popular right now. This necklace is handmade in India by Mata Traders. So it's a really fun company. They employ women there and give them ethical jobs. So we have some neat pieces like that.
I love this type of thing. I wear this stuff to work.
Yeah,
in Florida, you can.
Absolutely. And it meets dress code, because I know most shorts have to be a fingertip length. So.
And the purse is a great color.
Yeah, I love that purse.
Very fun. Those are great colors.
So rompers and florals and cold shoulder, you have it all in one look here. The tie on the side is great. This look is one of my favorites because you have so many in one. Again, you can't wear this in most of the high schools because you have to cover up your shoulders, but this is a great college look. You're super comfortable yet trendy. And then the handbag we have here, we carry this line in our store. They're made of real cork and vegan leather. So they're really unique, and you can make a statement even with neutrals here. So
It's also great for weekends when you can go out.
Yes, and you'll be cool because it's nice and light and airy.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right, we like it.
And then again, this would be a back to school look for somebody in high school. Check out these pants because these are awesome. So the fringe on the bottom here is my favorite. It's over dramatic, but it's really fun.
And the moms at the table want these.
They're really fun. And the top, it's that nice silky material. Actually, the same designer that I'm wearing here. And the tassels, again, the necklace, you have the tassel look there. And then every girl needs a good crossbody bag. So the statement bag there is really fun.
You know, I remember what I wore the first day of school in 8th grade. So
Really?
this is important.
Yeah, it is.
Very important.
It is. And then our last look, so burgundy, that color, Pantone, is very popular. Burgundy and olive are my favorites, but this handbag here as well, this is hand-stitched in Guatemala. So we just love carrying unique pieces like that you're not going to find anywhere else. And the slits in the front make it easy for walking. And this is a nice, light, airy dress, great for Florida.
I love this dress.
No, that dress is stunning.
Gorgeous.
That's perfect, and you look great in it.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's bring up all of our models so we can look at all of the looks together, from the colors to the graphics to the boho, the florals, the cold shoulder, and our favorite pair of jeans, which you may not get out of here with. You can find all of this at Beloved Boutique. It is in Bradenton on Cortez Road, and also a website for online shopping. So these are back-to-school looks for any age, including the moms, we've decided. All right, girls, you look gorgeous. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Everybody looks phenomenal. Okay, coming up, we are going to talk to Dr. Jenny about tummy troubles.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. Getting ready for the new school year. What vaccinations are required for public school students here on the Suncoast. Plus, a possible change in the fishing industry here in Florida. For the first time in nearly 30 years, wildlife officials may let anglers reel in Goliath grouper. Let's get a check on our weather now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob.
Good afternoon, Scott. A hot one today, 102. That's what it feels like right now. 91 degrees on the temperature. Winds out of the southwest at 11. A sea breeze has developed, and along that sea breeze, we're starting to see some showers and storms firing up. We'll continue to see that through this evening right along the coast. Right now, Northport getting some moderate rainfall currently. Nothing severe out there right now, but that sea breeze is lined up all up and down the coast, so we'll start to see showers and storms developing there within the next hour or so as they make their way northwestward at around 10 miles an hour. We'll have more on the forecast and the tropics coming up today at 5.
The official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
The job of our stomach is to digest our food with acids and muscle motion, but sometimes the process doesn't work correctly and food gets stuck in our digestive system. That's called gastroparesis. And today, Dr. Jenny Wilkins from Age Vital Pharmacy is here to talk to us about how to get relief. Hi, how are you?
Great.
So I said it right, but what
You
is
said it perfectly. I'm so amazed.
gastroparesis?
Well, it's exactly how it sounds. Like the gastrointestinal gets paralyzed. So it's those muscles get paralyzed in your gut, and then the stomach has problems emptying all the food that you eat. Now, can you imagine someone suffering from this? It gets pretty chronic, and some of the patients that come in, I'm surprised how many patients actually have this, and it's induced by poor diet and inadequate nutritional supplements, and some of the symptoms can be pretty severe.
So like what are some symptoms?
A lot of patients complain, of abdominal pain. They're drinking some water and things just hurt. They eat a piece of celery and it just hurts to digest their foods. Gastrointestinal issues. See, I can't even speak today.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, feeling full too soon when you feel too bloated, and then loss of appetite. Now, some of the chronic, side effects is just projectile vomiting. And I've actually had a patient at the Lakewood Ranch Hospital suffering from this. I'm like, call me. I'm going to come in there with an IV bag, of amino acids and nutrition.
What causes it? I mean, is it just something that happens?
Yeah, poor diet. Remember the GMOs in our food again. No one's pulling anything out of anything if it's genetically modified. So then you're not pulling out the vitamin D.
You mean, I mean, it's not like fatty, it's just
processed. Yeah, just processed garbage. And then, of course, if someone has diabetes, the more chronic conditions and ailments that you have, the more, the side effects is the gastroparesis. But now more and more, the youth is getting it because they're eating McDonald's, they're eating fast food, they're eating all this processed, hormonally tampered with milk, and then their vegetables are, genetically modified. They're seedless fruits. And it's like there's no nutritional value. They're not pulling out the calcium, the magnesium that they need. This is why, if someone is complaining or got diagnosed with gastroparesis, the first thing I tell them is, okay, let's look at your vitamin D levels.
Okay, let's talk about the products.
What can you do
my
to
Cardio
prevent
Fit.
this?
You could do capsule injection form for somebody that has a chronic issue. It helps with the gastric emptying, so it helps strengthen those muscles. The CalMag powder actually helps with, strengthen, the it causes those contractions. It's called peristalsis, so peristaltic movement. People that suffer with gastroparesis are not having those crampings in their gut to empty out their stomach. And then you have the digestive enzymes and the probiotics. So enzymes, a huge thing. You need those enzymes in your stomach to break everything down in its macro and micro form. So even if it's garbage food, you teach your body how to break it down.
Process it through.
Yeah, process it through, straight through. The cheat zymes are definitely my favorite. But for people that are suffering from this, it is a night and day. And it's just something, I would say about 15 or 16% of the population right now is suffering from gastroparesis. That's a huge.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah, well, it is terrible. And then the medications that they're putting these patients on, and sometimes they're removing their stomachs. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so unnecessary. Give them the vitamins, give them the amino acids, give them the probiotics, the digestive enzymes that they need.
Awesome.
So,
well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you can find more about Jenny at her store, of course, on Main Street in Orange, or you can check out our website at agevital.com. And we'll be right back.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Attention blood thinner users. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
No theater lover's bucket list is complete without the classic black comedy Arsenic and Old Lace. Two adorable old ladies who just happen to poison their tenants and bury them in their basement. Fun and farcical, this hilarious play is heating up the summer at the Player Center from August 9th through the 20th. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll die laughing when you see Arsenic and Old Lace.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think it up.
Attention! Royal Seas Cruises has just announced their deal of the day, a $99 Caribbean cruise for 2 people. This amazing cruise deal to the Bahamas is only available to the first 500 callers who register in your area today. So get ready to write down this number and act fast. We know that the best type of traveler is a repeat guest, so we're offering this $99 Caribbean cruise to prove it. That's $99 per couple, including your stateroom, all your delicious meals, full spa, live entertainment, 3 kids clubs, and more. Come see why we were voted one of the top 10 best overall cruises by Cruise Critic. We're so sure you'll enjoy yourself and become a repeat customer that you're getting this deal of the day for the unbelievable low price of just $99 per couple. But you've got to act fast. Pick up the phone and be one of the first 500 callers to take the Caribbean cruise of a lifetime for just $99 per couple. Call right now or log on to royalcruisenow.com.
Call 800-906-0489.
Well, Florida Studio Theater opened a premiere this past weekend, and Rebecca Hopkins, of course, is the managing director. Tell us about Double Wide. I love the name.
Yeah, well, and it's a really great play, and it is part of a rolling world premiere, actually, because we're a member of something called the National New Play Network, which is about making a play go from one place and giving it a future life, because often they die after the premiere because nobody else will produce it.
Right.
So Double Wide is a play by Stephen Spotswood, and he was in town for the development process. And it is about this working class family who's really trying to make it, but everything's going against them. So that happiness conversation we were having, this is very happy people, but they keep getting life thrown at them. And the city is trying to take over the land and make their double wide move back, and that starts it.
All right, well, we all get life coming at you because that's just the way it goes. So, all right, well, Double Wide is at FST through August 20th, and of course, you can get tickets by going to the Florida Studio Theater website. Thanks for the info, and now we are headed to the kitchen for all those fancy words that basically mean yummy smoked salmon sliders. Stay with us.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve. Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams, I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello again, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. A pioneer in the Newtown community of Sarasota passes away. How the nurse touched people's lives for more than half a century. Her story at 5. In Suncoast Traffic Watch, right now there's a crash in North Manatee County. It's on Old Tampa Road at US 301. Now let's get another check on the weather with Bob.
Scott, things are starting to fire up now along the sea breeze front. South Sarasota County northward, you can see that area of showers. This one just fired up within the last half hour. All of it moving off to the northwest. The sea breeze is now just along I-75, maybe a little bit inland. That's where you're going to see storms throughout the next hour or so develop as they make their way to the northwest. Right now, nothing too intense. In fact, not much lightning being shown up at this particular cell, which has just moved through Northport. Temperatures are warm across our area, all in the low 90s with a heat index up near 100. We'll have more in the forecast coming up at 5.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
ABC 7, My Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch My Suncoast News wherever you are. On our live stream, on our newly redesigned MySuncoast.com, and a brand new ABC 7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing Sight for Life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, and dining with recipes at all the hottest Suncoast restaurants. Visit MySuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for iOS and Android.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible.
Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed.
I am a valuable employee.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I will be whatever I want to be.
Youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay, let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs, all from a company that's been doing the right thing for its policyholders for over 90 years. Yes, sir.
Do I need medical exams, things like that?
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
Coming up Tuesday at 4 on Suncoast View, area athletes are back on the practice fields with some changes. We'll meet the new boys wrestling coach at Booker High School, and she's a girl. We all want to cut costs on our electricity bill. We'll learn how to clean AC ducts because that can make a difference. Plus, Manatee Performing Arts Center previews The Producers, and Yoder's is in the kitchen.
And we're back here in the kitchen with Chef Mike from Oak and Stone, going to do some magic with salmon, it looks like.
Yeah, we're going to be making a classic French pastry dough pâte à choux. We're going to start out with 6 ounces of hot water. Into that is going to go 6 tablespoons of butter. This is going to melt. As this melts, and when it melts, we are then going to add in, put in right now, this is the everything seasoning.
Everything seasoning?
Poppy
Like an
seed.
everything bagel.
Correct. Poppy seed, dried onion, white sesame, black sesame. We have some savory herbs, some thyme, some sage, oregano, parsley, our salt.
Do you always cook like this, with it all lined up like that?
No, I am very to taste. I'm not very much.
Oh, I was just thinking what a great idea this is. I'll have to try it.
It's great for this application. Maybe in work, it doesn't work so well.
Well,
So-
anything that has butter and salt in it has me sold.
Forgot one.
This is the Parmesan. We're going to put
That's
Parmesan in
later.
at the end.
That's
Yeah.
later.
So this is all melted in here. The flavorings start to come out of the seasoning and the herbs.
That's flour?
Yep. So this is flour. This is going to form a ball.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
As I'm mixing it, it's getting very thick, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're making
So
a
you're
dough.
gonna, so it's like a roux, like a very thick
Yeah.
roux. And as you work it, work the dough, you see it becomes
Oh, there you go.
one big ball.
Stephanie, do you really know what a roux is?
I do know what a roux is. It's the white
I'm
sauce that you make
impressed.
cheese sauce
Now
into.
the cheese.
Now we're going to put some Parmesan in. And then if you want to grab the eggs.
Uh-oh.
The eggs go in 4 stages.
4 stages.
So we're going to put in.
1/4 of this.
Yep. First.
Okay, if I don't spill it out.
We would let this rest about 3 to 4 minutes. If you put it in right now, you cook the eggs and then it wouldn't souffle.
So I shouldn't put it in?
Go ahead, throw it in. We got some ready to go.
1/4 of it.
Yes, 1/4 of it.
1/4.
We can't be bothered with
1/4?
timing issues.
Yep. It's like tempering.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's neat.
Okay.
Tell me when you need more. I'm standing by. It's like being a surgeon's assistant.
It is. Go ahead.
Hopefully
More?
you're really rested.
Yep, go for it. Yep.
Okay. It's getting tougher. It's getting tougher. Do you need more?
Yep, go for
Smelling
it.
good.
Not all of it.
Smelling
Nope.
good.
Okay.
I think that'll be good.
Okay.
There you go.
I still have a lot left over.
That's because you don't know how to measure fourths.
This is true.
You go with the rest now.
Okay, here we go.
Yep, that's it. Okay, so I would continue to stir this until it all binds together.
Okay, but we
It's-
like the magic of
Correct.
TV here.
So we're going to put that to the
move
side.
on.
I have some in a bag ready to go.
Okay,
We're going
so
to
you-
pipe out.
You pipe your rolls.
That is neat.
Now you can make them small, you can make them large. I made them very large for the sliders. You want to go, this is probably a 1/4 size. If you go to like a $1 size, you'll end up with something like this.
Oh,
So they
okay.
expand a little
Correct,
bit.
they're going to
Give
expand.
it a try,
So if you
Candace.
wanna-
Yeah. I'm glad you got that job.
Talk about something else. Don't look at what I'm
No,
doing.
no, we're looking. That looks easy.
That's pretty good.
Look at you.
Oh, that's just a baby one. Make a big one. Make a big one.
I'm going to make a big
Because I'm sure these will all cook
Oh,
evenly
look.
the way we're doing
look,
it.
there's a nice
These are done. Wonderful.
There you go. No,
Go for it.
I'm gonna assemble.
And then you just take a little bit of water and you push it down.
This is so not my thing.
It takes practice.
That's a
practice,
yeah,
practice,
yours are going to
practice.
be lumpy, but we won't hold it against you.
This is going to be those go and order it at the restaurant.
All right, well, with the magic of TV, we have
these-
some out of the oven.
So these would go in the oven, 425 for 5 minutes, and then you lower the oven to 350 for 10 minutes. And what you're going to end up is something just like
They
this.
smell really good.
Okay,
This
now
guy.
tell me about assembly here so we
assembly,
can get those going.
we're going to take one of our profiteroles right here,
Yeah.
cut them in half. We have lemon caper aioli. We have some smoked salmon. Oops.
Wow.
And then we take some of our arugula. If you want to go ahead and dress that with some salt and pepper.
Sure.
Oh, that looks good.
It looks really good.
Layer it. Some pickled onions on top.
And are these on the menu at Oak and
Yes,
Stone?
they are.
Oh, these would go amazingly well with your wall of beer.
Yes.
Which
Yes,
is
they
also
do.
at Oak and Stone.
It doesn't go well with that one.
Just saying. All right, Mike, something very, very creative and unusual, which is what we like so much about the menu at Oak and Stone. You will be able to try the smoked salmon sliders and the many other munchies that they have there. And, of course, the amazing flatbread pizzas we cannot forget either.
Yes.
So, all right, well, great to have you with us,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Rebecca, good to see you.
Always great to be here.
Wonderful, safe travels for you. We will miss you when we're out of town. And remember, anything you post on social media is fair game for me to put on television.
Okay.
So that can happen. Candace, welcome back. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.